Let's review Bedtime for Peppa. On the cover page, we have Daddy Pig reading to Peppa and George. Peppa is laying in bed with her yellow blanket that has white circles, and George is laying in bed with his green blanket that has none other than dinosaurs. He also has his dinosaur, and Peppa has her teddy. It looks like Daddy Pig is reading a book with a monkey on it. Maybe that's 5 little monkeys jumping on the bed. And we can tell that it's nighttime because there is a moon in the background. Let's turn the page. We can see here that Daddy, George, Peppa, and Mummy Pig are having dinner together. Looks like they're eating spaghetti. Where's the spaghetti sauce? I guess they're just having spaghetti. On the fridge, there's some alphabets. We have A in orange, B in blue, a heart shape, a crown, a blue plane, and a yellow duck. And it is also 6 o'clock. We can tell by looking at the arrows. The arrow points to 6 and 12, which means it's 6 o'clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's turn the page. Here we see a picture of Peppa and George playing in a very big muddy puddle. That is, of course, Peppa's and George's favorite thing to do, playing in muddy puddles. Wow, they are a mess. Look at all the mud that's on them. They have mud on their clothes, mud on their boots, and mud on their face. They're gonna need to take a bath before bedtime. Let's turn the page. Well, it looks like playtime is all done. Peppa and George head in, and Daddy and Mummy let them know that they need to clean off all the mud, and that it is bath time. But Peppa and George had so much fun playing in that muddy puddle. Look, they're leaving footprints of mud. Yuck. Let's turn the page. Wow, after all of that playing, it looks like Peppa and George are still wide awake. They're not tired at all. What do we have here? That's a picture of some sort of drink and a pear. Over here we can see Peppa and George enjoying a nice warm bath. They're all clean. Peppa is splashing and George is watching with the yellow rubber ducky. There's some bubbles in the background. That must mean it might be a bubble bath. Let's turn the page. And look at that. Peppa and George are still wide awake. Doesn't even look like they're ready for bedtime. Let's turn the page. After bedtime, it looks like Peppa and George start to brush their teeth and put on their pajamas. Peppa has a pink-purple pajama with a heart on it, and George, of course, has a green pajama with a dinosaur on it. George is using a purple toothbrush and Peppa is using a red toothbrush. They are cleaning their teeth, getting rid of all those germs before bedtime. Great job, Peppa and George. Here we can see Peppa and George's bedroom. They have a nice picture of a giraffe in the background. Peppa must have drew that. They hurry on up to their bed, George bringing Dinosaur and Peppa bringing Teddy. When they're all tucked into their bed, it looks like they want Daddy or Mummy Pig to read a bedtime story. They still do not look tired. Wow, they have a lot of energy. And it is 7 o'clock. We can tell by the arrow pointing to 7. Let's turn the page. It looks like Peppa still doesn't want to sleep. Instead, she wants to read some books. So she hands Daddy Pig a yellow book with a red monkey on it. There's also a dinosaur book. Ah, here is another picture. This picture must have been drawn by Peppa as well. It has a fairy on it with wings, a purple-pink dress, and a wand and a crown. Here we can also see a closer picture that it is 7 o'clock. Arrow pointing to 7, and the long arrow pointing to 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here we see pictures of the book that Daddy Pig is reading to Peppa Pig and George. We can see that the monkey is having a picnic with a green dinosaur, and they're drinking tea under a coconut tree. Here we can see the monkey going to space in a yellow spaceship. We can see that's a half moon, and there are a few stars. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 stars. And we also see the monkey swimming underwater with fish. There are 3 fish. 1, 2, 3. On the next page, the monkey unwinds by taking a bath. And then, just like Peppa and George, brushing his teeth. He's got a yellow toothbrush. And lastly, he goes to sleep. And look, that looks like it's 7 o'clock as well. He's sleeping with a green blanket that has yellow bananas on it. Ha, that's silly. Monkeys like bananas. And look at that. Peppa and George have finally fallen asleep after reading the Red Monkey book. Time to take the lights off. Oh, and look at that. The long arrow is no longer pointing at 12. It's pointing at 4. That means it's 7:20. Each number counts 5 minutes. 5, 10, 15, 20. 7:20. And there it is. Peppa is now sleeping. That is bedtime for Peppa.